All right, my friends, how are you today? This is your daily horoscope for Monday, the 20th of May, 2019. I'm honest Aaron, I'm bringing it to you. We got a good day here, friends. We got a really good day. This is a good day to put the horse blinders on, okay? We've been talking about the North Node in Cancer for a while. We're going to continue talking about it. It's going to be there for another year. It's only at 20 degrees right now. It moves backwards in the sky very slowly. Okay, so it's moving toward Gemini instead of moving from Cancer to Leo. So it just came from Leo, which was telling us to, spark ourselves up, to be the bright shining light, to stop just seeking other people, but to be the person, to be the star of the show, if you will, right? To find your own, your heart and your fire, your own passion, creative energy, your own creative communication, and how you express yourself to the world. So that's where Leo, the North Node in Leo was, reminding us like, hey, stop being the observer and be the doer. Go live your life and stop thinking about it. Stop looking at Facebook and seeing other people living the life that you want to live. It's just go live it, right? So then it moves into Cancer. And it's emotional, all right? This is emotions. It's intuition. This is a feeling. I like the saying, just because you feel it doesn't mean it's there. It's a great saying. Good song too, Radiohead. Just because you feel it doesn't mean it's there. Do, do, do. All right, you didn't come here to watch me sing. So, all right, it's all about the feels. So why am I talking about this? Let me show you why, all right? So, look, we got the Moon and Jupiter meeting up today. Always one of the happiest days of the month when you got a Moon-Jupiter meeting up, okay? And it's going to meet up with the 22 degrees of Sagittarius, okay? We still have this quincunx, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5/12 aspect. It's quincunx to the North Node, okay? South Node here, hanging out with Saturn and Pluto. Saturn is, this karmic, this is reality, this is the reality I've built, this is the government I've built up for myself, my government, not just the government, worldly or political. And then Pluto is the death and release. We just had that Scorpio full moon 2 days ago, so the death and release of government and Capricorn and all of this energy, and the South Node right there is a big release. We've been talking about this release. So that's obviously pointing as well to the North Node here in Cancer. Then we have this sextile coming back because these planets are retrograde. They were moving forward. Now they're retrograde, moving backward. So they're meeting back up with Neptune here, right? See? So that sextile is something we talked about earlier this year. That's this big, hard reset button. You're creating the new dreams of your life. You're creating your life. And you haven't tasted all the flavors. You haven't seen all the colors. You don't know what else is out there yet. So us assuming that we know what's coming around the corner is only prohibiting us and limiting our growth. And Neptune and Pisces and Jupiter and Sagittarius is all about growth. It's about the expansion. Okay, so that's what all this is about, is a growth and expansion. And Saturn makes things real. It's his whole job. Let's make it real. I've got an idea. It says, an air sign, fire, we're going to formulate it. Then we got earth and water. Earth, we bring it to perfection. Saturn brings things into perfection in this third dimension of reality, okay? We're bringing things into perfection. We're bringing our dreams into perfection. And how do we get there? By following our intuition, by following our emotions, by following our feels, right? So all of this expansion, all of this creation energy right here, it's all pointing to how do you feel, dear soul? How do you feel, my friends? Right? And now we've got Chiron squaring Mars. What does that show us? Okay, one, Chiron is in Aries, which is the sign of self. It's the wounded healer. I'm wounded. I'm a human being. I'm wounded. This world has hurt me. I've hurt myself, right? Mars, our planet of action, is diving deep into the emotional world where he does not want to be. He doesn't. Okay? Mars has his armor on. Mars is taking off his armor here. Mars is going in, it's like, how do lobsters grow? Lobsters becomes very painful for the lobster to grow. It expands in its shell. It becomes extremely, extremely painful. Then it becomes very vulnerable. It releases its shell. Okay, it slithers out of it, and it hides underneath a rock for a couple of days. It becomes very, very, very vulnerable. That is our Mars. Now, I'll finish that story because it's always a fun one. Basically, the lobster is going to grow, and it's going to take a couple of days and be vulnerable, and it's going to create a new shell, and then eventually that shell is going to become too small as well, and it's going to become, the lobster is going to become bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's going to become painful. And if you've ever seen this, Rabbi something did this story, and it's like if lobsters had doctors, they'd never grow because they're constantly feeding pills into their mouth to prohibit their own growth because they won't feel anything, right? So that lobster needs to feel that pain, that stress of the shell. It needs to be vulnerable and take off its shell and grow a new one. This is the universe was telling you right now. Like, take off your shell. Go deep. Go deep in the emotions. Okay, so let's just look at it for a second again. It's like our emotional body here. Cancer, emotions. Aries, self. Okay? To heal ourself, we have to dive deep and do the emotional work. Because these two are going to meet up in just a month. They're going to meet up, So when we have Mars in the North Node, we're going to start to feel like a very alive pulling action, which is really great because then it'll shortly be out of Cancer into Leo where it does like to be, and it's going to be like, woo, the stage is lit. Stage is lit. Go perform. Go be you. Go be the bright shining star that you are. But right now we have to do the emotional work. We have to do the stuff that hurts. And we have the Sun at the 29 degrees of Taurus. We have the Moon in the later degrees of Sagittarius. Technically, he's going to move out tomorrow morning on Tuesday morning, but still, it's at the end. We're both at the end of this. We're at the end of this cycle, starting a new one, and this is like a chapter where we emotionally go deep. We go deep. We do the work that we've been avoiding. I don't want to open that can of worms. I did a really good job of hiding it for a long time. I don't want to peek underneath this bandage to see if my heart's still broken. Whatever it is that's going on. Time to do the work. That's what our Monday is, and the rewards pay off. The rewards pay off as we manifest the exact life, the exact things that we wanted. So don't be shy about doing that deep work. Don't be shy about feeling, about being emotional, about feeling. And further, don't be fooled. As we're looking for answers right now, okay? As we're looking for answers, don't seek, how do I put this? The person that wears glasses with no lenses, okay? Is a look of sophistication. I want to perceive. I want to be perceived as if I know and if I could teach you something. Know thyself. A little meditation. Know thyself. You're sometimes more the leader that than you think you are. You have more of the answers internally than you think. And we oftentimes go searching outside of ourselves for these answers. We do. And sometimes we get led by false prophets wearing fantastic looking spectacles with no lenses. Okay? So as we're journeying, this new information is coming to light. As we're journeying here, as we're seeking this out, as we're expanding ourselves, just be open and aware that there are those tricksters out there, that underneath their top hat, they might have a jester's hat on. So why, what are they projecting? What is the image they're projecting, and what is the realness they're bringing forward? Use your intuition. Here, it's your gut, right? This one. Use that one, okay? And that'll guide your answers. That and this, your heart right here. This will guide you to know if the book that you're reading, if the author, if the YouTube guy is giving you the right information. Who are we getting this information from? Someone that's trying to put themselves out there to get a title, or someone who's being authentic and the real deal, walking the walk? Because that's who you're going to learn from. So just be on the lookout. All right. Happy Monday to you, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow.